Hello all, welcome back to our channel. Today in this video I am going to show you a sweet recipe category of laddu. It is nothing but Rava Laddu. So this Rava, particularly it's called Bombay Rava in our normal terms, and basically it is a semolina rava. Technically we will call it as semolina rava. It's like nothing but Bombay Rava. So before getting to the process, whoever watching for the first time, don't forget to subscribe the channel and press the bell button to on your notifications. So the fine suji, here I have taken 1 cup. For this 1 cup suji, we would be requiring 3/4 cup of sugar and a small cup of grated coconut. And please note, it is a dry coconut. And then 4 to 5 tablespoons of ghee and little milk. For binding purpose, we will be using milk. And then nicely chopped dry fruits. So it's of like your wish, whichever you would like to add, you can add it. And then little cardamom to highlight the fragrance of the laddu. So we will further look into the making process. So here I kept one kadai, and in that I am adding 4 to 5 tablespoons of ghee here. Once this ghee got heated, I am just roasting all our suji very nicely, finely. Like it will take, you have to roast it in medium flame to low flame only, because it will tend to more roast, like it will become like a black in color. So once you get the smell or aroma, nice smell, then you can just shift it to a plate. So secondly, again I am adding 1 or 2 tablespoons of ghee, and I am roasting the grated dry coconut. So as I mentioned, it is a dry coconut, so you can store it for about 1 week to 10 days also. So if you are instantly making for 1 or 2 days usage, then you can go ahead with the normal coconut also, normal wet coconut, I mean to say. So once it got roasted, I have shifted that also into a plate. And finally, with about 1 tablespoons of ghee, I am now roasting all the chopped dry fruits. So this dry fruits, actually speaking, it is like optional. If you it is handy with your, then you can add. Otherwise, no problem. But it will definitely give highlight you the taste of the laddu actually. So laddus, it is always suggested to use all these dry fruits actually. So this also roasted. So finally, I'm giving a nice mix. So these are all the dry ingredients we have roasted nicely, and I'm just mixing all the ingredients and keeping aside. Now in the same pan, I'm adding the sugar and adding very little water to make the sugar syrup. So as I mentioned, very little water, because the water whichever we used, it has to be evaporated, and just only sugar syrup we should use, so that the life of the laddu will be like we can store it for about 1 week to 10 days actually. So here you can see the droplets of sugar syrup will become like a string, okay, some kind of elasticity. So that is the time where you can add little cardamom powder to highlight the fragrance. Then slowly in the low flame only, please note, in the low flame itself you start adding all your mixed ingredients. So these dry ingredients we have to add slowly, and keep on stirring it, otherwise it will form the lumps. So if you stir it, all the sugar syrup will be mixed with the dry ingredients very well. So like this, and from here it's about only 2 to 3 minutes it will take to become a very dry in nature. So once it is dry, then you can just off the flame. Then allow it for about 5 to 10 minutes. Don't allow it to come down to the room temperature. Again, you will find very difficulty to bind the laddus actually. So after 5 minutes, tentatively, where you can manage the hot of this powder, then you can start binding the laddus. So before binding, small tips like you have to mash all the lumps, whichever formed, you have to first mash all the lumps into normal powder. Then you can take help of milk. So little portion you take separate, and then sprinkle the little milk into that, and broke all that lumps whichever formed in the suji. Then take little quantity and bind the laddus. So this is the perfect way to bind the laddus. So don't leave the lumps as it is, like this. So as when the milk moisture get in touch with the sugar, the binding nature will come actually. So initially, like you will find little moisture, more moisture. Just keep it for the open area, like in a plate, for about 5 to 10 minutes. So you can see the laddus becoming dry and storable in nature. So like this. So these laddus you can store for about a week to 10 days time. Even in the room, temperature also is fine, or else in refrigerator temperature is also fine. All that you have to take care is just keep it in a airtight container. So that's how very easily, very quickly you can make these laddus, Sooji laddus. So hope you all like this making process and give a trial. Don't forget to mention the comments, and if you are reviewing our channel for the first time, don't forget to subscribe the channel and press the bell button. If you like the video, don't forget to share the video. Thank you so much for watching.